welcome back to my channel. We just made a yummy smoothie. Let's give it a little taste test. This is really good. So I wanted to make this smoothie so we can be nice and full while we go do our little errands today. So I have so much to share with you guys. I have a huge update to share, but let's focus on what we need to do right now. So I want to take you guys to Home Goods. We need to get those planters and finally plant our Aldi flowers. It's been several days since I last saw you guys, and I really need to get those plants replanted into their planters. So I would like to go to Home Goods, see what they have. I know I found my dream planters when I was in Pennsylvania, so hopefully I can find something similar to what I found when I was visiting Pennsylvania. And then also I really want to pop into Lowe's. We need to pick up some more seed packs. Where else do we need to go? Oh, Aldi released some really exciting things in their sale this week. So I really want to pop into Aldi. They released a ton of garden essentials. So if you need any garden essentials, definitely pop into Aldi. So I really want to go in there and see what they have and take you guys there and go down the home aisle, get some stuff for our garden plans. And I think that's all our errands that we have today, but it's like 8:30 in the morning, so it's really early. And I love starting my errands like super early in the morning. Home Goods opens up at 9. I think Aldi opens up at 9 as well. So we need to get going. I really want to be back by 12 o'clock. I think we can run all of these errands by 12 because we're supposed to be getting a thunderstorm later this afternoon. And I really want to do some gardening today. Today is the day. So let's get out and see what we can find. We just got back and I'm really excited. We found the planters. I left them outside because we're getting ready to do some gardening. So I'm really excited. It was the last set of this particular one that I wanted and they are just so gorgeous. They had one that was really similar, which I had in my cart at first until I saw the ones that I ended up going with. So I'm so happy we found some planters. They didn't even have any of like the basket style planters that I was looking for. So I think that was a sign to just use ceramic. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna get those flowers replanted. And then, oh my goodness, you guys, Aldi had so much beautiful like garden essentials. There were so much amazing things. So they had those like teapot planters, which I thought were really cute, but didn't end up getting those, but I did get a lot. So let me go get that bag so I can share with you guys what I got. So the first item I got is this foldable garden tools bag. And I saw this and thought it would be perfect to be able to store all of your garden tools. So that way they're all in like one area. Whenever you're going out to garden, you can just grab a tote instead of having to grab like all these individual tools. I didn't need any more garden tools, but I figured you can never have too much. So saw this little style. It has like flowers on it and it's little garden pruners, and you get a two pack. And I don't know, I just thought the design of it was so cute. The pruners that I have are not cute, and I think this is just gonna make me so excited to do my garden with these. So picked these up. Also got these guys. This is the last item I got, and it is the decorative garden hand tool set, and it has all the tools and it's the same pattern as this one. Guys, how cute is this? I saw it in the sales ad and I was like, I don't need another shovel, but why not? Like, I feel like this would be so cute. And also it has like green detail on it, so it's gonna be so cute in my little garden tote. I'm so excited about this. So that's everything we got from Aldi. And then I went into Lowe's and I got some seed packs. So I have a update to share with you guys on the garden. We're gonna get there, but first I want to do a little bit of gardening because we're supposed to get some rain here in the next hour or two. So I really want to get started on our garden. So I'll share the update soon. But I did pick up some seed packs from Lowe's, and they're the Zinnia seed packs. One I got giant. It's called Giant Double with mixed colors. And then this one is the Lilliput zinnias. It's also mixed color. And so my plan for these is the last 2 years, I did an herb garden in the lanai. I have a really small raised garden bed in the lanai. And the last 2 years, I've done fresh herbs in it. And it's been amazing having the fresh herbs in the lanai because whenever I'm cooking, I can just go out and get something really fast, add it to a recipe. But I just kind of want to do something different. We've done that for 2 years in a row. So I was like, why not do flowers in one of my raised garden beds? And I think it's gonna be so beautiful because I'm always opening up the windows in my home. Like, it's my favorite thing to do in the morning. I open up all the windows and you see the raised garden bed when you open up the windows. So I think it would just be so gorgeous to have these flowers growing out of it. So that's my plans. Let me fill you guys in on the garden update. So, huge announcement. I can't even believe we're talking about this right now. Okay, so after I finished filming that video last week, I went out to the garden and I was like, okay, I really need to get a garden plan. We really need to figure out what we're growing, where we're growing, what we need to purchase, like what we need to do. And after assessing the garden, you guys, I found out that one of my garden beds was broke. And it definitely wasn't gonna make it another gardening season. And the other one is kind of like on the verge of breaking. So here's what happened. So if you're new here, when we bought this house several years ago, the garden beds were already installed in the backyard, which I am so thankful for. Like, those garden beds have brought me so much joy. And to be honest, I would have never even discovered gardening as a hobby had those garden beds not been installed when we bought this house. It really has brought me a lot of joy and happiness, but I didn't end up doing gardening last year in my raised beds. I did do my herb garden, but I didn't do like my big gardening last year because we had so many trips planned and I just knew that it just wouldn't work out. So I hadn't really like examined the garden bed since the previous year prior to that one. So after I was kind of going through the garden beds, one of them, like the plastic's kind of like busting out of the seams, like it is not gonna work. So pretty much what happened was the land was not fully level, so it's kind of at a slight slope. You can't really tell on camera, but you can definitely tell when you're like walking that it's like going downhill. So what happened was when I was gardening and the soil was in the garden bed, over time, the soil and the plants and all of my herbs and all of those things was putting a lot of pressure on the front part of my garden bed because it was kind of leaning at a slope slightly. And so it put a lot of pressure on one of the guardrails, which caused it to kind of snap. So I was able to kind of snap it back in place, but it's not gonna make it another season, you guys. So I went out and I was kind of just feeling defeated at this point because I was so excited. I actually was going out to get a layout of like where I was gonna grow the vegetables. I did not know that I would later find out that I wouldn't be able to use them anymore. So the first thing that went through my mind was I can just go ahead and just replace the one that's broke. I had found the exact one and I was gonna replace it. But then I was like, it's just the same thing's gonna happen again because since the garden beds were installed at a slight slope, it's putting wear and tear on the front part of the garden bed. So it would only be a matter of time before it broke again. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm probably just gonna have to just like take these garden beds up, and the land just needs to be flattened and just completely flattened out, and then they need to be relaid. So I just felt so sad because I'm like, I was really excited to be able to do this garden, and now I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it because the garden beds are not gonna make it and the land needs to be flattened. Like, so much is going through my mind, but I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna let this get me in a bad mood today. I just moved on, honestly, and I was like, I'll figure it out of what we're gonna do. And I honestly didn't think much about it. So my husband comes home. This is how God works, you guys. My husband comes home. I did not tell him anything about the garden. I did not tell him anything about the raised bed, one of them being broke, how we needed to flatten the land. I said nothing about the garden. And out of nowhere, my husband says, I want to build you your dream garden. Like, how fun will it be if I make you your dream garden? Like, why don't you draw up like your dream layout of what you want your garden to be, and then we can build it. We can make your garden. You guys, when I tell you my jaw like hits the floor, I was so sad about not being able to garden and not get to use like the raised garden beds. And I had these like big plans, and it felt like it just had all come crashing down so fast. And so I just was feeling defeated. And the fact that my husband says this, like, never had a conversation about this, I know it is the glory of God. I know for a fact it's God. God knew the desires of my heart of how much this garden means to me and how much I really wanted to have a garden this year. And he met my needs without me even having to ask, you guys. Like, that is just the faithful God that we serve. He cares about our desires. He cares about our heart. He loves the things that we love. And I'm just so grateful. And I just literally look at my husband and I'm like tearing up like, yes, please build me a dream garden. So I am so excited. That is the garden update. So we are doing a whole garden overhaul. I'm like getting emotional about it because this just means so much to me, you guys. I have finally found like a hobby that just brings me so much joy and happiness. And now I get to have like a place that I've designed in my backyard that I get to garden in and spend time in the morning. And just the thoughts of it just gets me so excited. So I'm so thankful to my husband. I'm so thankful to God to get to have this garden. So the plans are, we are halting our plans on the vegetable garden. I know it's sad, but it's exciting at the same time. So we kind of have some delays. So my husband, I drew out like a little plan, and I did some measuring yesterday to kind of figure out like what dimensions I want my garden beds, and I'm still kind of formulating that plan. But basically, I need to get the dimensions of how much I want the garden to take up, and I've already given my husband the dimensions of a garden bed, and he's already got started on one of the garden beds. He's not done, but it's almost done. So that's really exciting. And I've decided on 4x4. So we're gonna do 4 inches by 4 inches because that's the size of the garden beds I already have. And I just think it fits the backyard really nicely. But instead of doing 2 4x4s, I really would like to do 4 4x4s. And so that's the plan there. And I also want it to be like a really calming, like place that I can just walk barefoot. So it'd be really nice if we could either, I really want rocks, like rocks around the garden beds, but rocks are really expensive, and the ones that I want are extremely expensive and they have to be special ordered. But God willing, I'll be able to get those. And if we don't do the rocks, that would leave probably like mulch or hay or straw. But I don't really want to do the mulch because that would need to be replaced every year, and that can get really pricey. And then the hay just kind of makes a mess. So I'm hoping we can do the rocks. So I'm just kind of like creating a whole template and plan that I want to do. And I'm just going to be kind of filming behind the scenes of like everything. And we're going to have a garden reveal here soon. I'm hoping that we can be done by the end of the month. That's the plan, but some things do have to be special ordered. So some things are going to be out of our hands. But that is the garden update. I'm so excited. We're gonna be getting started on the garden later this year, but I'm just really excited for this space that I'm gonna be able to have in the backyard. Thank you guys so much for spending the time with me. I do have a question for you guys. If you have any ideas, one of you all named one of my series that I filmed on my channel From the Ground Up when I documented my mom's like house buying process. and I loved that name, and one of you guys came up with that name. So I really want to start a gardening series on my channel, and it's going to be all things gardening. So building our dream garden and planting our plants and like garden maintenance, and I just want an entire playlist like designated to all of my garden content. So if you have any names, please let me know. I would love to name it something cute. I don't know what I want to name it, but I would love it to be like a cute little name, and we can just film some videos for it, and it will just live on my channel. And if you need some garden inspiration, you can just know where to find my gardening content. So let me know if you have any good names of what I can call it. But I love you guys so much. I hope you have an amazing week, and I will be seeing you all very soon with a brand new video. Bye.